1. Hello, guys. Welcome to another very special episode, or maybe just our first very special episode of Danny and the Electric Fox. I'm Danny.
I'm Foxy.
And today we are joined by...
Oh, is that my turn?
Yeah, that's you. Go.
I'm Rena Strober.
Yes.
You sound so seductively.
Oh, God, I didn't mean to do that.
Rena Strober. Oh,
Sorry.
yes.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm Rena Strober.
Yeah.
There we go.
There.
And I forgot to make a post about it, but yeah, guys. Last week I posted a little message on one of our videos saying, if you like JRPGs, you're gonna want to check this out. It's finally happening. In case you guys are not familiar with the name, Rena, how about you tell us what you're known for and some of the other stuff you do?
Well, what I'm known for in which world? Like, I mean, if you're...
Rena does a lot of stuff.
If you're 10, you might know me from Disney's Liv and Maddie from the TV show. If you're a gamer, you'd know me from Republic or Fire Emblem Fates or Persona 4. Dance All Night. Sailor Moon, The Crystal. Gosh, if you are a theater fan, you might know me from, I don't know, Les Mis back in New York.
Wait, who were you in Les Mis?
This was a long time ago. I was one of the Cosette covers and got to play older Cosette on Broadway, and did Fiddler on the Roof with Topol at the Pantages. So yeah, or if you're a young singer, you might know me from being your teacher. I teach voice.
Yes, Rena and I co-teach at the Academy of Music for the Blind.
That's how I know Connor.
Indeed, that's what we do.
Yeah, so it all depends on what part of entertainment you're a fan of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, with this show, we've been getting mostly like the non-anime people, especially since we've been losing subscribers because there'll be weeks where we don't do a news show, and I'm noticing that's what people are subscribing us for. And then we'll only put out the anime show because it's so much easier to do it with one person than doing it here or going all the way to Burbank, which we're going to have to be doing that during the summer because there's no way we're going to go on like a summer-long hiatus.
No, that would be dumb.
Yeah.
We recorded in the winter, so why the hell not?
Yeah. Well, that's because I was already in summer courses and the school was open, but the school's going to be closed for a while until like...
I think you guys should record from San Diego's Comic-Con.
Oh my God! If we could,
I hope so.
we could do the whole. We could steal someone else's tickets and then stand on each other's shoulders and wear a trench coat and sneak into Comic-Con.
So despite the fact that me and you are regular size, you want us to like...
Yes, we could be a Middle Eastern basketball player.
Why Middle...
Because we could just we could walk in. I could just be like, hello, I am Hajib. I am Middle Eastern basketball player.
Totally believable.
and then it'll even be more. It'll be even more believable when I eventually sneeze because of the dusty coat we're gonna be wearing.
Oh yes.
So your pen sneezed. Oh, they do that.
Harry Potter.
Oh my God!
Harry
Exactly.
Potter.
Well, I would imagine sneezing pants and
Isn't that a thing? You're the Harry Potter fan. Fucking tell me.
I don't remember hearing anything about sneezing pants.
It could be a thing though. Come on.
No, yeah, I could see it being a thing.
Yeah.
Universal, get on that. Yeah, that Harry Potter will just make like a random pair of sneezing pants.
Yeah.
Exactly. This needs to happen. This right here is why we need a fan base, so we can share things like this with the universal world. And that's why you need to like, comment, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends about Danny and the Electric Fox. I can English, don't worry about it, guys.
You know, you really have to remember that you have the harder name to remember because mine's is just Danny, and you're like, Daryl.
Danny and the Electric Fox.
He came up with that
it.
name.
That's our thing. But yeah, so I think we wanted to do something sort of interview-y.
All right.
Yeah.
So
like
you play Fire Emblem. You think of questions.
Oh, you play Fire Emblem?
I beat the game a few weeks ago.
What? Congratulations.
Yeah. I was super excited when about the game because I had played Awakening and I loved it, and then they're like, oh, here's a new one and it's going to be just like Awakening. They're lying. That game was so much harder than Awakening
really?
was. Yeah, they even did the Pokemon thing where they made it 2 games. So one game was supposed to be slightly easier. No, it wasn't. And then the other game was supposed to be for like the hardcore Fire Emblem fans, so your characters die and they don't come back.
Oh. Did I die?
I don't play in the difficulty where you permanently die, but yeah, she died a lot on me. Like,
Thanks a lot.
and that's the thing, like, your character has easily one of the best powers in the game. Like, she sings, and the character, if a character already made a move, he'll be able to make a move again.
Wait,
So-
like he's hitting on me or something?
No.
What do you mean make a move?
Your singing just makes them want to, like, get over the rejection. No, basically, how the game works, it's a tactical strategy.
Right.
Is it turn-based?
No. They
okay.
do kind of do a turn-based, but the people attack on their own, and there's no picking the attacks, only, like, the weapons. So you can pick a sword that's slightly stronger than the sword you're using before. Stuff like that. So you move your character, and you can almost look at it like a weird game of chess, where you move a character, and then the computer will move their army to intercept your character or go after a weaker character. Which,
Yeah.
can you?
We're on.
Yeah.
We're recording.
Yeah, it's for the
fancy.
theater. No, it's for SoundCloud. Hello, SoundCloud people.
Hi, SoundCloud
Yeah, so-
people. And one of my friends has just entered.
Yeah.
Hi, world.
Sorry.
It's all right. Tell the world who you are. You're on now. It's canon. You're officially part of the plot.
Hey,
Introduce yourself.
I'm Randy.
Hi, Randy.
Let me
That's
make sure
Randy.
It's getting picked up. Okay. Yes. But yeah. So you move your characters, and sometimes the computer will go after a character that's slightly weaker than the one that's closer to it. So I've had plenty of cases where my character was moving with Azura following me, and the enemy would literally make a U-turn where they pass me and go directly for you because you were not as strong as my character was. So they're like, oh, look, the easy kill. And my character can't do anything about it
Well,
except...
thanks. I appreciate that.
Yes.
I
What
tried.
we're saying is Danny purposefully tried to kill you off every time.
You know, we feel it. The actors feel it every time we die.
Then
A tear just rolls down our cheek for no reason.
you must have been weeping on
Weeping.
Tuesday then because you died so many times
Aw,
on me.
man.
I'm all like, I had a plan where my character... There's a part in the game where my character could be the only one doing damage to the main boss, but I wanted another person to go and intercept it. So my plan was, okay, he already moved and I already used Azura, so I'm going to use her to move him again. And nope, the enemy went completely around both of us and then went directly for you again.
Come on.
They really hold a grudge against you over there.
Jeez.
And then, wait, you should be blaming Nintendo. They programmed the AIs specifically to
No
go
way,
after
I love
you.
Nintendo. Nintendo hired me.
Yeah. Like I said, we don't want 2 Italian guys dressed up as Mario and Luigi to abduct her.
Oh, by the way, that's canon now.
that?
If you ever disclosed any secret Nintendo secrets, that you'd be kidnapped by 2 Italians dressed as Mario and Luigi,
I believe
who would
it.
hold
I
you
believe
hostage
it.
and everything.
Despite all the characters they have, they just know that Italian mafias don't mess around.
Listen, if
Exactly.
2 Italian men wanted to take me away, I would not.
I want to ask you though.
Yeah.
You know, as a gamer fanboy and a nerd, for Fire Emblem, how did you get that gig? What did
Yeah.
you do to get that gig?
Well,
How did it happen?
I'd worked with a director on Republic, a wonderful director, Chris Zimmerman, and she knew I was a singer, and just from being friends, and I auditioned. She knew that there was a game coming up that had a singer in it, and so I went into the booth and was told all this information, you know, about who this girl was, and I just sang my own song, actually, for the audition. And then got it, and then learned all of her music and learned her lines, and yeah. Basically, that's the way we get all of our roles.
Yeah. So see, people, it's not always just like, oh, they wanted this person for the bigger name. Because I had a friend who, I don't know if you're aware of the other voice actors in this game,
Yeah.
like Yuri Lowenthal,
Oh, yeah.
Ben
Yeah.
Diskin, and then a few other people. People believe that they're not really happy with Yuri Lowenthal's performance as Korn, and then he's like 7 other people in the game.
Yeah.
And they thought, oh well, Nintendo only got him because he was a big name, and it's like, no, it's because he's a
No, I don't think a company like Nintendo would ever sacrifice quality for a name.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the game is what's important, and it's Yuri's an incredible voice actor, but he's not a movie star. I mean, if you suddenly saw Ryan Gosling in a role, you know, maybe you could think, oh, they must have done that for the name. But Yuri's a very strong voice actor,
He is.
and you know, people have problems with everybody, so it's just a matter of opinion. But
Yeah, so similar to your character, your song has power over people in varying ways. Sometimes you can knock people out, calm them down, make them immediately on your side. Yuri has the power in real life too, where if you're a person who hates Japanese dubs of anime, as soon as Yuri Lowenthal's in an anime, people seem to be completely forgiving of the anime.
that's funny.
I thought that was the case for Christopher Sabat.
Who was he?
He's everyone. He is stereotypical deep-voiced characters. His main voices were
Piccolo?
Kyoichi Sudo from Initial D, Vegeta and Piccolo, and Yamcha and Tien, and a couple other characters.
You know, and the reality is, because I dub a lot of games, and we hear the Japanese, and then we try to, you know, match the timing in English.
The intention
and we
all
try to
that
match
stuff.
the intention, but Japanese as a language is nothing like English. We don't go into the registers that they use. We don't have the same sing-song equality, so it's gonna be different. And for people who don't want it to be different, they're gonna have an issue. But for people who understand the fundamentals of language, I mean, Japanese is a very different language than, it's not like English and Spanish, you know, or English and French, where we use our voices in a similar way. But the Japanese, the pitch is very different, you know, and so the storytelling is gonna be different. The way Americans speak and emote is different than, because I voiced Konami Mashita in Persona 4. I want to make sure I get all the names right. And when I listen to the Japanese, if I did what that incredible actress did, it would sound ridiculous in English, because
Yeah.
that's not how the English language is used.
This is before they finally cracked the secret to dubbing, but I don't know if you ever saw like the original Akira dub, where they knew that the dialogue was far larger.
Yeah.
So
It
all of
happens
the
all the time.
yeah, so all the dialogue in the movie, the English speakers had to talk like this the whole time.
To match it, yeah.
Yeah.
When I worked for Pokemon years ago, when I lived in New York, and it was called Match the Flap, and you'd have to match when their mouth opened, and it made us sound like the worst actors ever, because we couldn't actually connect anything we were saying. We were so busy matching the flap, like matching when the mouth was open.
Yeah.
You were in Pokemon?
Yeah,
What'd you do?
I played this little girl. I have to look up her name. She was this little girl that turned out to be evil.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's on my behind the voice actor page, I think.
Let's check that out.
Or maybe it's
and
on IMDb. I can't remember. Sometimes it comes up.
the only little girl I can think about
Her name was
is
something with an R.
like the psychic Pokemon episode where they walk into like this school with like psychic people, and there was a little girl that was a doll.
No, what was her name? She was really sweet. I think she had pigtails. This was a long time ago. I don't know if it comes up on my behind the voice actors. Sometimes I just search to see what to remember, and the fans are amazing. They're the ones who put all of these sites together, and it's like, oh right, I did do that. That's cool.
See, I'm so glad that that's really a thing, because I always hear like, oh yeah, people will quote lines I don't remember saying, or like people will think I don't remember lines, but I remember every ounce of my lines.
There's some games I remember, like Republic. I worked on that for 2 years, playing Hope, and and that was a very emotional game, so I remember a lot of Hope. But there's some games that you just go in for a few hours and complete the whole game. But like Zero is it Zero Escape or even Persona 4. I remember some. I remember the ones that made me go, "Are you kidding me?" I have to say that. Like she's taking a shower and she's singing in the shower at one point.
Fun times.
Yeah, and I was singing about ginger. Like it was the weirdest song ever. So you tend to remember those.
Yeah. Sadly, I'm on your behind the voice actor.
Is it not on there?
Yeah,
The
no.
Pokemon?
I don't even think it's No, there you are. I was gonna say I don't even think it's crediting you in Fire Emblem yet.
Oh, I think it is.
Yeah, no, you're right here.
Yeah.
We were supposed to have a larger audience, but of course that didn't happen. So I could ask Randy, Sergio, you guys have played Pokemon, right? You guys know who we're talking about?
It's a I mean, this is a long time ago, though. What was her name?
Or play Pokemon, watch Pokemon, whatever the fuck. It's games just as big as it is an anime.
You don't play it, you watch it and enjoy it.
And then they will make you buy the toys, just like the old 80s TV shows that they would just glorified toy commercials.
I played the games and watched the show.
Is it a game too? Pokemon?
Yeah, it started out as a game.
So do you know that character's name though? That girl's name?
Sorry, I didn't really catch many details.
Okay. You're evil. All right, we'll deal with you later.
We'll find it.
Oh, Mira! I found it. Her name was Mira.
Mira.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was this little girl named Mira.
That does sound like an evil name.
It does, doesn't
I
it?
think. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
So, world.
There's that.
Let's see. Do you guys have any questions for Rita? Because I'm trying to think of some myself.
Thinking about doing that. I have some questions from my anime co-host, but does anyone have any questions they would like to ask?
If I did, it would be about Fire Emblem.
Sure.
You voiced Azura, right?
Yeah.
How did you get the part for that?
We were just talking about that earlier. I auditioned. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they didn't ask you to play her part just from the get-go?
No. I wish.
Because I know some celebrity VAs like Steve Bloom, they just kind of call them and it just happens. They're just
I wish. I'm still. I feel like young in my voice career, where I'm still having to work really hard, which is fine. I actually enjoy earning, and not to say that those guys don't earn it, but I'm not really at the point where I'm being offered stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I went into the studio and I did a lot of her dialogue, and I sang my own music so they can hear that I could sing, and then I waited a long time, and then I was like, do I have it? And then I did.
Really awesome.
Yeah, but I wasn't given her song until we went into the studio.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Was it really fun to play her part?
It was pretty cool because I'm a singer, and so the fact that I was able to sing in the studio, and then speak, because usually Disney, I'm on a show called Pen Zero on Disney XD,
Yes.
and at first I was hired just to sing, and I'm hired just to sing a lot, but it's so great when I'm asked to talk. I'm like, oh look, I can speak too.
It's like
And Azura's outfits were awesome, because there was a picture of her, and I was like, she looks cool.
you were.
It's such a big franchise too, so your voice to be heard by that many fans. I
Yeah.
mean, people who have never heard of you before all of a sudden know who you are. The minute you say Fire Emblem and they say your name and you're just
It's so
everyone-
neat.
Which is why I am so glad that we were able to get such a high profile
Oh, gosh.
person
Yeah.
on our little fledgling classroom podcast.
I know.
I just love doing it, and I've been sent some wonderful fan art and a fan doll. There's a website called Serene Forest, and they have been amazing. They're at a Fire Emblem website for a Fire Emblem fan site, and I go on there and I talk to everybody, and I thank everybody for being supportive. Because when the trailer came out, I got a lot of criticism.
That's how it always is with Japanese and English.
Yeah.
People always assume they're gonna hate the English, but then
Yeah.
when it comes out, everybody says, "Oh my God, actually,
Yeah.
we love it."
Yeah.
Change our
And
minds."
I stupidly took it personally, and I got very sad. And so Serene Forest was so great about coming to my defense and just being
Honestly,
awesome.
don't listen to the memes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I put it this way.
You sound so like Nestor there.
Because it's true, the
Yeah.
Japanese fans are always going to be butthurt with the English dub.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever heard of a show called Miraculous Ladybug by any chance? It's this new French CG animated show, and basically when the English dub came out, everybody started criticizing it
Yeah.
because they're so used to the French version.
I
or the
know,
Korean, and they're just
know.
Like, no,
But I wish
I
love the
people.
English
I
dub,
wish.
though.
People love it. They like it
Yeah,
now.
but
so.
I wish those people would realize that we're people,
Yeah.
you know, and we're hired to do a job, and we're gonna do the best we can do. We're never gonna go in there and go, I'm gonna do a shitty job just to piss people off. Like, it's our reputation on the line, and it's our work on the line, and a lot of times we're not writing it, you know. I think, and so I wish people gave us, you know, less slack. It'll never happen. We'll always be criticized, but when the trailer came out and people were writing mean comments, I actually started to respond to them on YouTube, and people freaked out. They're like, oh, the actor is reading these? And I was like, yes, we're reading them.
The people. Yeah.
I have a computer.
And let me
Like,
guess. Did it follow with the whole? Oh yeah, I'm sorry that the sucking up and the that.
Yes,
Yeah.
it turned into
And it's like, oh, I didn't mean that, or.
But that's not why I did it. I just wanted people to realize that, like, we are humans, you know, and we have feelings, and
I mean, being a voice actor is a lot like being an artist.
make
And because I'm an
cookies.
artist and I can relate to voice actors a lot, I mean, there are going to be so many people who are going to be criticizing your work, but at
Yeah.
the same time, there are going to be so many who love it.
Yeah.
And you can't just put yourself down just because a couple
Yeah.
of people are butthurt about.
I know. I'm learning now that Fire Emblem has gotten so big, and I'm
Yeah.
actually in the middle of recording other big games right now. I'm much more hardened in a good way. Like, I'm just happy to be doing the games.
Sweet. On that note,
Oh yeah,
actually,
you had questions from your other.
Yeah.
What were the other hosts?
The hosts are amazing, yeah. But before I get into those, I would like to point out, I heard the Japanese version of Asura, both of them, like the singer and the actual voice actress. She does a great job. But if anyone is still not sold by you, I would like to I would like to point out that Nintendo trusted you to do both.
In the
And-
Japanese, weren't they two different people, the singer and the actor, for the same
Yeah.
character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like they trusted her to do both of them rather than just having her do the voice and then getting someone else to do the singing.
Yeah,
But
it's pretty great. And I love that now people are comparing it to Let It Go. They're like, you're the Nintendo of Let It Go. And I was like, thank you. I will take it.
well,
That's a high honor to society.
Is that me?
yes.
Oh, that's so weird.
So this will actually be leading into my first question from
Okay.
my co-host. Yeah, they're bringing this up because I'm pretty sure you've seen the cutscene already. You're like throwing water
Oh my god,
around.
I love that vocal. That's the one I'm like, man, that's my favorite because I got to belt. Like, because everything is really light, but then I like that version.
Yeah. So so you already answered it. My co-host wanted to know what was your favorite version because you had to do two separate ones.
We recorded this was hours of recording. But yeah, I love the one that has a lot of power behind it, where she's dancing, and I keep thinking the guy's on the toilet. Like, it looks like he's like trying not to shit himself. But I love that version just because it's really sexy, and it was fun to sing, to just like let go, you know?
You're referring to the one where you're in the white dress, not the black one?
The one where I'm dancing and the guy's like sweating.
Oh, because you did two versions.
That, I like that one.
Oh, okay. This one I liked because I had a very strong, like, Bollywood style
Yeah.
to it. And your movements are a lot more harsher and a lot more seductive, while the other one's a little bit more angelic.
Yeah, we had to, it was double time. Connor's the musician, but we had to just, double time it.
That's beautiful.
And what's the guy's name? Garen?
King Garen.
King
yes.
Garen, yeah. He's
Yeah.
like sweating, and it's like he looks like Ben Stiller in Along Came Polly when he's trying not to have diarrhea. And I'm like, oh my god, am I giving that guy stomachache?
One of my favorite words in English language.
Diarrhea?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I thought it was lactating mammals. Yes.
Lactating mammals.
Lactating mammal.
He has so many,
Lactating
like,
mammals.
what's that?
What is
Is that
that?
your ringtone? Is that like a video game ringtone? That's awesome.
That's such a weeb.
That's an 8-bit.
What do you
Okay.
mean?
That's an 8-bit version of Soft Kitty, Warm Kitty from Big Bang Theory.
Oh really? That's funny.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so another question. This is both for me and him. How much of the story how much more are you aware about the character of Azura? Because I understand that you're doing the dialogue, but I wonder if you're aware of like the text speech, because a good 90% of a dialogue is in a text bubble.
I'm aware of what I'm saying. The director on a game knows everything.
Yes.
So they let the director give us what she thinks we'll need to know to bring the story honesty. They don't give us too much information because as an actor you don't want too much information because then you overthink.
Yeah.
You want to present the dialogue truthfully and in the moment. Gaming is all about they're in the moment.
Yeah.
So I basically just know what's in front of me, and then any emotional attributes I have, I usually know what's happened before. But we basically play it right then and there. And then if I'm completely off, the director will give me more information.
Yes. Okay. That was something I always wanted to know from any of these voice actors because I remember going to Anime Expo last year and seeing Ben Diskin, and he said when I was recording lines for the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, I had no idea what we were talking about. They gave me the dialogue. I didn't even know we were playing chess.
Sometimes that happens, but again, you have to trust your director because the director knows everything. Like for P4, I didn't really understand what that game was about, but my director led me through to know who she was.
Yeah.
It's how, So, and a lot of auditions, like there's one director for games, when you audition for him, you don't get any material until you walk in the booth and it's taped up on the wall. And you pull it down and you just say the lines and that's it because he wants your first read.
Yeah.
He wants like how would you say it if you didn't have any preparation, because that's how we speak in real life. I'm not thinking about what I'm saying, I'm just talking to you.
Yes.
So we don't have that much information.
Oh, okay. Because I don't know if you knew this, and this has actually been coming out all over the internet, but every time your character sings, it's actually like damaging her physical body.
Oh, does it make me thinner?
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to stop singing.
Yeah, if you count your body breaking out into like these purple rashes and then you literally
that's
fading
terrible.
away. Yeah, so
No, I didn't know that.
yeah, that was one thing I really wanted to know because I thought it was crazy. I'm like, okay, they're really selling her on the whole singing thing, but every time she sings, while your character's talking, I'll hear the dialogue go and you'll be like, ugh.
Yeah.
And
Well, so from my perspective, I would go into the studio and sing, and then the director is the one who would say, you know what, you're a little weaker here.
Yeah.
Like, she's not going to tell me what's happening because I don't need all that information.
Yeah.
I just need to know you're weaker.
Yeah.
You're running out of energy because you don't have 8 hours, like you don't have months to do this. You have a short amount of time. So we're just given the important information.
yeah. How long was the recording process for you?
I recorded 4 different days, and they were 4-hour sessions. I forget. Because the music was a little challenging. We were trying to, localize it and write the lyrics and figure out how many versions. So it was it was one that usually you just go in once for a 2-hour session and you're done. But this was, I think, 3 or 4 sessions.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, actually, for the brief time that we have, which is all the way up until we get thrown out, I wanted to give you a chance to experience our show as it usually happens and just join us in our shenanigans, where we pick some crazy stories out of the week to give you a laugh and give you some information and maybe teach you not to break into someone's house naked or
demanding a hug.
Oh yes, or invent the world's smallest air conditioning cosmic energy converter thing.
Okay.
Or build a weapon for Donald Trump so he can fight off his assassins.
Oh, Lord, no. Give more weapons to people to get rid of Donald Trump.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I agree.
They gave him. They basically, real quick before we kick off our first story, some Japanese inventor had created a wig, a toupee, that inside the toupee was like a thin disc of metal with a coil wrapped around it. So he would take the wig off and then start swinging around the wig like a mace. And, he was expecting him to like chop the heads out of his enemies. But it also kind of came out that inventor might also be a crazy person who can't back up most of the things he claimed he invented.
Well, it's always a possibility.
Yes, the fucking cosmic energy converter. and all the other fun stuff. And then there's like lemurs breaking into people's houses while they sleep.
Oh, I love that.
And caressing their face and the woman freaking out.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful. I think my favorite part of that interview was the people who they were talking to, like the police out there, are all like, oh, well, she was scared, she was cold, she was hungry, we didn't know what to do. And it's like, at that point, you could have been talking about the old lady or the lemur.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get to our stories, shall we?
So, Foxy, we talk about people stealing a lot of weird stuff.
Yes.
You know? And I honestly feel like when I picked up this story this morning, this has probably got to be the weirdest one ever. A mayor is accused of stealing 111 road signs.
What?
Why?
Frankfurt Village Mayor Frank Macaracco.
That's, by the way, that is an awesome name.
Frank Maracco.
Morocco. Ugh.
It sounds
Marinara.
Wait, he was stealing road signs?
Yeah.
And he was the mayor?
Yes.
Did he have a drinking problem?
I don't know. Let's check
Because there was
it
that
out.
guy up in Toronto who just passed away, but he was doing coke, so he was the governor though.
Oh, well.
Oh, was that the dude? Was that like the really racist dude?
Yeah, he was just not a nice.
Did he die?
Yeah, he died like 2 weeks ago.
Oh shit!
Yep.
I did not know that. All right, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, you actually learned real news instead of a guy throwing a python.
Yeah, but I didn't give many details.
Oh yes,
Oh,
yes.
it's fine.
A kid who threw a dude who threw a snake in a restaurant. Yes.
I saw that. But he had a good, he didn't just throw the snake at the restaurant.
Yeah.
He had the snake, and people kept saying, you can't have that, you can't have that, you can't have that. So he finally took it out and, was holding it and shoved it into the face of the person who was kicking him out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They made it sound like he was swinging, like it was his pet. And he was just trying to freak people out.
He was
right?
just a guy who picked up a snake from the side of the road.
Right, no, it was him.
I
and
want
they were trying
this
to
now.
kick him out. And he was like, yeah, I remember reading that story.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not my pun. I know I love puns, but this is not mine. Apparently, no one saw the signs. A mayor in upstate New York is facing criminal for allegedly stealing 111 road signs from the state's Department of Transportation, according to WKTV. New York State Police arrested Frank Maracco Monday on charges of misconduct and petite larceny. Both charges are Class A misdemeanors, according to CNYCentral.com. Maracco, 60, has served as the mayor in Frankville Village since 2004 and has worked as a sign shop foreman for the state's Department of Transportation since 2001.
Maybe he just wasn't happy with his work.
Yeah,
He
seriously.
was recalling them.
Yeah.
They won't let me recall it. I don't like this one. I don't like this one. The walk with child sign. The child's too fat. Let's get rid of that.
Yeah. I'm from upstate New York. I wonder if I know that guy. Yeah.
I don't know. He kind of doesn't look like a people person, but he must be if he's
If he's a mayor. I
Yeah.
don't know. My brothers growing up in New York, they used to take street signs all the time. Maybe
Is
it's
that a
New
New York thing?
Maybe. We had so many street signs in our house.
111
No,
though.
we didn't have that. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That seems like he was taking all of them.
But they must have been his, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he worked for a street sign company?
Yeah. How do you land that gig? I want to.
You want to work
make-
for a street sign company?
Yeah, I want to fuck with people.
I feel like Foxy would just weave it out though. Like the little people walking, like the don't run sign will just have like random fox ears.
Yes.
or like the walk with child. There'll be like silhouettes of characters from an anime. Which
Yes!
I would totally
That'd be
do.
great.
I
We
would
should
do that.
totally. Come on, let's be fair. Let's do that. Give
Deer Crossing.
give pigtails to every girl on the girls' bathroom signs.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Make the wheelchairs on the wheelchair accessible bathroom signs be like mechs.
Wait, are the pigtails the Japanese thing?
It's a little.
Yeah, unless we make them like the jelly cone. Yeah, you know what I'm
Oh,
talking
wait, can
about.
I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
Why is it that all Japanese girl characters have enormous boobs. And would you play these games if they didn't have enormous boobs?
It's a fetish. Boobs that big is not very common in Japan, so
Fan service.
yeah, fan service. They throw that in. Yeah, that's like one of the biggest characters in Fire Emblem, Camilla.
It's like in Konami Mashta, I'm like, there's a shower scene, and it's like shows her naked, and I actually had a problem with it. I was like, I don't feel comfortable with this, and they said they added steam around her, but it was so
in the
like,
American
in the
one.
American version, yeah. But it's like borderline softcore porn a lot of the time.
Japan is majorly big with that. Like they always have to censor everything when they bring it to America, but like Japanese guys are, it's like they're.
But you guys think it's censoring, but I gotta say, I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs up to America because it's actually classing it up a little bit. I don't think we need, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just a prude, which I'm not. Connor knows I'm not a prude. But, like, I see the difference because people posted, like, anti-localization stuff for Fire Emblem, and they showed the woman in one scene sitting there with her, like, coochie out, and then the American version, she had shorts on or whatever, and I was like, I like the one with the shorts because, like, it's classy. Keep it classy, San Diego.
Yeah, it doesn't even. Oh my God, yes.
Like, we don't need your hoo-ha out.
And
on
you
a
don't even. It
game.
doesn't even sound. It doesn't even sort of give off this air of over censorship. It's.
No, you're still
it's
seeing
essentially
her boobs and her, like, I don't know. I just think
because
it's so
I'm not a
tacky.
fan of over censorship, but at the same time, you know, there's a line. You know, there's a line.
Personally,
though.
I feel like we should have both options in the game.
Yeah.
To have an uncensored version, if you will.
Basically, you can.
Well, you can play the Japanese version, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it costs extra money.
True. You're paying for the nudity.
And you pay for your porn. I'm
But-
just saying, if you want that, then yeah.
I would like to point out, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but there is, in between every mission you do, they put you in like a fort area where you can build a city and then buy items and stuff.
Right.
For some reason, there's no purpose to this at all. There is a random bathhouse.
Right. Oh, that's the picture. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
sitting in a bathhouse.
Yeah, so you'll have a chance of running into female characters that are just in the underwear. I've run into Azura maybe like twice.
Is she in the bathhouse?
Yeah.
Is she in her underwear?
Yes, she's like in a bra and then like in panties and stuff. And they'll immediately
How does she
chase
look?
you out. You know, just her physicalness. I mean, if you saw the in-game cutscenes, they're slightly smaller than like the cutscene models. So
Physicalness
That's
is not a
Someone
word.
Fine.
Someone asked
Physicalness.
me where, like, what my store was, something so they could bring Azura gifts. Is that place?
your castle. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, your castle is basically the fort I'm talking about.
Okay.
You get a code, which Foxy has told me you have the game, but you can't. You have no means
I'm
of
a
playing it.
nerd. Well, no, Nintendo sent me the game, and I don't want to open it
Yeah.
because it's sealed, and they sent me the keychains. I also don't have a DS. So
Yeah, no, that's what he was telling
I
me.
can't
Oh my
play it.
goodness, you should play it. You could get to figure out your character more.
Yeah.
Get
I
to see a
know.
character
And also-
naked.
I should do that.
So since like running close to time,
Oh, sorry, guys.
No, it's
It's totally cool. You know, again,
It's-
I'm just happy to have again such a high-profile, big person on our
Sha.
fledgling little podcast.
I'm such a fan of. What's your name on this, Connor?
Foxy.
Foxy.
people love him. Like I think they tolerate me, but people
No, we
love
love Danny
him.
too.
Yeah, which by the way, I was going to mention this. At this point now in our podcast, we're still fledgling. So all of you listening know by like birth name and stuff, but going forward, you're gonna hear it less and less, and then it's going to become a mystery that only you, the OG listeners, know. And that's a good time to get more listeners. So like, comment, subscribe, share, tell
Yeah.
all your friends.
But like before we head out, I would like to mention one thing. Are you aware of the dating sim aspect of this game? Like you had to.
I've heard people marry me. I mean, I hear very weird things.
Yes.
So yes, sort of.
You can. That's why if you remember saying lines like "I love you" or
Yes.
"That kiss is memorable," that's what it's for. Because what happens, and I found this really funny, is I'm one of those people that actually did marry your character.
Aww.
That's
Are
why.
we happily married?
Yes, we are.
Oh, that's nice to know. I can
you-
tell my mom now.
She's been bugging me.
You
so.
can tell her you have 2 kids. One's a girl who is half dragon and a little
With 43,000 people, right?
Yeah. and then like how this game works is that when 2 characters are married, depending on the male, the male has to be married to have the kid. You can't.
Oh, nice. No gigolos out there.
Yeah. So when I'm married, I get a little girl named Kana who is a little dragon girl who's very happy-go-lucky and silly. You're the only female character in that game who gets a kid, and you have a son named Shugaru, who wants to be a singer too, but he went through puberty, so he can't make the same notes that you can, and that's kind of like this whole thing.
I'm a good voice teacher. I could teach
That
him.
is that's actually the entire support conversation. So like the more you fight with people, this is how you end up getting married to people. The more you fight with them, you'll be bringing up the relationship, and every now and then you'll get a conversation between the 2 people. And
Interesting. Yeah, I need to play this game.
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I know. I need to get a DS.
Yeah, the new models are only 200, but I'm pretty sure you can find like
GameStop had them for like $60 at one point, right? I had one and I gave it to
yeah.
my nephew. Maybe I'll take it back.
Oh, see, look at you being
Worst
being
aunt
an
ever.
awesome auntie.
I know. I gave it to him, but I'll take it back.
So also,
Remember that awesome toy I gave you? Auntie Rena needs it back.
you may or may not get it back depending if I get stuck in the game.
Yeah, no, you're not getting this back.
Because playing in Birthright, it's easy to get all the kids and get married and all
That's
that
the
stuff.
one I have. I have Birthright.
Oh, that
Did
I
you
would.
give you the 3-pack? The one with Revelations, Conquest, and that's
Oh.
interesting.
No, I just have
Because-
Birthright. But I have the keychains. I just wanted the keychains.
Oh, then you can scroll through this.
What's this?
This is an art book they give you for the 3-pack.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you get the special edition,
Ooh,
there's an art
fun.
book, keychains. They give you like a DS case with all the Fire Emblem characters on it.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
Well, Fates, all the Fire Emblem Fates characters.
Fates
on it.
characters, yeah. So
Wow.
you get those are a majority of the cutscenes. There's an entire page dedicated
I
to
need.
your character.
Let me take a brief moment here to apologize to our audience briefly, because I know that people tune into us expecting a wacky ass, hilarious news show with tons of banter and
I
us.
think they got 2 weeks worth from last week's episode because that was insane.
That's fair. So, this right here, this it's big for us. Even if you guys don't give a shit, this is big for us. We have a big person, big celebrity, famous ass person on our show,
Crazy.
and a coworker and good friend of mine.
One of the most well-sold franchises of Nintendo.
Critically
Exactly.
acclaimed too. Critically acclaimed.
So, again, even if you guys don't play Fire Emblem, please tell all of your friends that do, because if this can go somewhere, if we can get more listeners, then we can probably, put more effort into getting a better recording space that isn't a classroom. And
I've recorded albums in closets. It's all good. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
You gotta start
That's
from
pretty
somewhere.
cool.
so
Yeah.
we can get a better space, get better equipment, so our audio won't crash every 30 seconds.
It's all good.
I'm making this computer's like 10 years old.
Yeah, get a better computer.
I will. And like I said, I'm still in the I don't know whether I can be fired any week now, so I need to save money stage of my career.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, anyway, it is 1 o'clock, but I'm not hearing anything from those people.
Yeah, so, should we keep going?
Should we just try to fit in that one last story then?
Sure.
Yeah, sure, let's do it.
Okay. Next thing you know, okay, next story.
It's exactly what's
Murphy's
gonna
Law.
happen. Let's do it. Let's do it.
If it can happen, it will happen. But yeah, so while I'm waiting for Mira to load, because for some reason Mira just does not like me when it comes to...
Make sure our audio doesn't crash while this happens.
Yeah, you're right. Okay,
Oh,
I'm looking
God.
at it right now. It's going fine.
I love I love this word fledgling. I love our fledgling setup
We
with
will-
our fledgling podcast.
So for-
It needs to learn how to fly so we can push it out of the nest. Oh.
Every time you think fledgling, I just think of like an undeveloped clone that's just like a blob at first and then slowly starts developing into a human shape.
Right?
Well, it's because we are a blob.
We're a baby dragon.
We are a beautiful baby blob of podcast dragon.
Okay. I got it up. I just want to keep an eye on the audio for a bit more.
Oh, you got it up?
Foxy. That's not even the dirtiest thing he said. I've had entire editing sessions where I've had 5-minute conflicts thinking whether I should censor some of the things that come out of this mouth of his.
Yeah. That's
we
why we're
love
friends.
me.
Yeah.
I'm bummed I didn't wear my bracelet too.
Why didn't you wear your twinsy
I was
bracelet?
wearing it every day.
Wow.
And
You
then
guys had a friendship bracelet and you're not
Yeah,
wearing
The
I
one
just-
day you
I
didn't
know,
wear your-
I didn't
oh.
think.
Doom on you.
No,
See, now I'm
sorry.
gonna go home and cry now.
No.
I'm gonna cry into
Just
Doritos.
go kill my character on a game.
Okay, fine. Yes,
Okay.
I'll do that.
Yeah, I don't have the game on me right now, but I'm like, I can easily throw her into a map by herself and she'll be gone like in 5 minutes.
Sad. Oh, mean.
If you level her up high enough, she will be able to fight, but it's like, you don't expect a girl with a spear being able to lunge after a guy who's like half a dragon, because that's probably not going to
Why?
end up
Girls
well.
are cool. Girls are strong.
Yeah, a majority of the best characters in the game are females.
Okay.
You just said your character.
Just mine's me.
The one which all the AIs apparently just have a grudge against.
Yeah, but there's that scene where the dragon's like steps on her and she says, you know,
Is about to strangle you.
yeah, and she says if
Yeah.
you're gonna do it do it as yourself, right?
Yeah, because that was the main character.
Oh, that's Gorin. Right? No, that's Corin.
Korin, yes. Kamoi for you freaking purists who get mad at me for using the term Korin. That's the Japanese name for him.
Oh,
Just
fun
like
times.
your Japanese name in the game is Aqua.
Oh,
and
right, Aqua.
Yeah, I have no idea why they had to feel like they changed it.
I don't know.
I personally liked Aqua a little more because I felt like it's her character, like her blue hair and like
Yeah.
her kind of like she seems like she's very water is her element.
Yeah.
You were gonna say watery.
Yeah.
Like a can of spinach.
Asura's a very watery.
I do like Aqua too.
Yeah.
That's one question that's one thing that I want to talk about the developers with is you have a girl who can apparently control water, and yet she attacks with a spear instead of using like sick ass water powers instead. Like it would be cool just one of her attacks like drowning a dude by making a bubble of water around his head, but instead it's all like, I'm gonna stab you with a spear.
Well, and if you control
Well, there's
water, couldn't you
Aquaman.
like freeze the water and like attack with like ice spears too?
Yeah, just like do sick ass
Like
ice
water-
powers and stuff.
Aquaman.
Yeah, like I was gonna say like Katara, but still, you know, that'd be sick. But you know, we still love your character. We love you and
Yeah.
your singing voice, and I love
Yes.
working with you every week.
The beginning of the game is really hard to find a character you like, and then once they bring in your character and tell you her backstory, how she was a princess for the other kingdom, the quote-unquote evil kingdom, she's immediately the first one you start gravitating towards because she's the only one being fully developed, and like your brothers and sisters who you think would need to be developed a little bit better than this mysterious girl, but as the game goes on, this might as well just be Azura's game or Aqua's game rather than the main character's game.
Interesting. And I have been getting tons of requests to videotape myself singing the song. So I just checked with Nintendo to make sure I was allowed to, and they said absolutely. So next week I'm just gonna, you know, in a silly way, sit at my computer, and I found a track that someone made on YouTube, and I'm gonna sing the song live.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun!
So if you go to my Twitter, I'll probably tweet it. It's just at Rena Strober, or on my YouTube. It'll go up on my YouTube channel.
Oh, which, by the way, Denny, I've said this before, but and I've told the audience too. So now we have to do it because we said we would.
What?
We need to make a Facebook and a Twitter for our
Oh, yeah.
our show.
Yeah, Danny and the Foxy Fox.
Electric Fox.
Electric Fox.
The Foxy Fox.
It's weird because we do refer to him as Foxy because I keep thinking about calling him EF or F, but then I realize that's just stupid. I like Foxy more.
Foxy.
Foxy.
And then we've even made up a thing, which is why I'm guessing why he's wearing his fox ears right now, which look a lot like skunk ears, by the way. It
They
looks
do.
like you're wearing two skunk tails
Yeah,
on your
there's
head.
black. They're black and white. We gotta get you brown ears.
Nah, because I'm a shadow fox, black with white trim.
Oh, that makes sense.
There is, I keep telling Foxy this, but there is a fox character in the game, which I swear, I really don't know if I'm right or not, but as soon as you start pairing up your character with him, it's almost like you guys are immediately doing it off the scene.
Well, you know, I can't tell you that.
Neither will Nintendo. That's why they took out the petting game, because that's basically...
Oh, right. I heard complaints about that.
Well, how that works, and at first I was like, I don't see the problem with that, but then again, petting a human being like an animal is a little weird. But that's basically...
What are you talking about? Being petted is like the cornerstone of life and happiness and importance, and
When someone like plays with your hair, it's
Yeah.
nice. What?
I enjoy being petted. It makes me
But-
feel like I did good.
But basically, the reason why I feel they took that out is that's basically Nintendo's way of being sneaky by you're inviting these people to basically having sex with them, because you invite them to your house and then you just start petting them, and then they'll like make little noises like go 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 go, like stuff like that.
And this is in the American game too?
This is not the American
Oh.
game took it out.
Oh.
Completely, yeah.
Yes.
It's only the Japanese thing, which was like an outrage.
Oh, and of course, you have the nudity and everything else that goes
Yeah,
with
no,
it.
I was following a lot of that. There was a Twitter handle the day it was released that was all about, I forget what it was, but it was all like the anti-localization. It made me sad.
Did you also hear about the little thing that some of the voice actors are saying about their experience? Where
On this game?
yeah, where somebody came out and said they literally threw me in a room with a photo of my character and said me these lines, and then I could go home. There was no voice director in the room with me.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, I could
It's a
imagine
that's
that.
a total lie. It's probably Game Niche saying shit
Yeah,
like that.
and
Fucking
whatever. And what's funny is they
No,
say
there's always a director.
Yeah.
And the people who wrote it are in the room too. You've got Nintendo in the room. You've got. They're not
Yeah.
gonna. They're not
They
gonna.
don't hang you out to dry.
They're just not gonna sacrifice quality. Like Nintendo has a lot to live up to. They've had some of the greatest games in the history of gaming. They're not gonna suddenly just put out shit.
yeah, it's just again Americans are trying to destroy this game's reputation because of the whole, oh, they're censoring this out. Oh, there's a really sensitive scene that we would probably take huge offense to in America, but they're taking it out of the game anyway, so I'm getting mad. There's a scene...
There's bigger things to get mad about.
Exactly.
Like the water crisis and Donald Trump
leading.
and what about Boko Haram and Syria and refugees? People,
ISIS.
spend your time getting pissed
I
about
thought it was
that.
ISIL now.
It's always ISIL, ISIS. Obama always says ISIL.
Yeah, which one is it?
It's both.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do we have time for that last story, or?
No one is coming, and it's 1:13. Let's just do it.
All right, yeah, hell yeah.
People, this is on mirror.co.uk, another site I love getting weird news stories from.
Is that where you got the cookies from?
That's where I got the cookies from.
Sweet, let's do this.
People can't decide if this doctor's gift to vasectomy patients is funny or insensitive. Okay.
What's his gift?
What?
Let's check it out. Getting a vasectomy is not a decision any man will ever enter into lightly. After all, it's a pretty final choice. Once it's done, there's no going back, unless you reverse it, of course.
Wait.
Yeah, it's completely reversible.
So there's no way to go back, unless of course you do.
Yeah.
So when this image was posted to Imgur, some people didn't know whether to laugh or to find it slightly insensitive. The photo seemingly shows a doctor's presence to his vasectomy patients, and it's a packet of nuts. And it comes with oh god, this is mean. It comes with a note that says, "Go home, relax, and enjoy your nuts. Compliments of Dr. Wags Pack." And then it has a jar of peanuts with a woman holding a bag of peanuts, and it says, "My husband's nuts."
I was on his side until that part because I was like, "That's funny. Like, it's a nice gift for a doctor to give them."
It starts out
but not if
funny.
he's saying that like the wife has nuts. No, you lost me at the end.
I gotta say that's mean. It's funny, but it's mean level funny to the point where the mean outweighs the funny.
Because you do know a vasectomy doesn't take the guy's balls off, right?
No.
Like he still has his balls. They're just saying the wife is holding on to them.
It's almost like tying the fallopian tubes, right?
Exactly.
It just makes it so that nothing important comes out of that juice.
Right.
Yeah. And I just find it funny, though, because it really does make it sound like he did neuter them. And it's like, oh, I may have your nuts, but you can have my nuts, and it's just like a bag of peanuts. Like, it literally does just sound like he's...
That's a great slogan.
If I ever become like a vasectomy doctor, I'm just gonna have that as my logo. Just be like, doctor, no. I'll take your nuts, but you can always have mine, kind of thing.
That's beautiful.
You guys will not get my last name until we get 50 followers. That's the deal.
Oh, is that a thing now?
Yeah, 50
Guys,
followers.
get to 50 followers so we can learn Danny's last
How many do you
name.
guys have now?
Huh? Literally 18, but it keeps going up and down. Sergio will time to time check it out, and you've been noticing it too, right? Like it would go up and then it would just go down.
Daddy, hello.
Well, yeah, what about... Oh, well, excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, Prince John wanted us to go ahead and...
It's Mama Jonathan. Thank you very much.
You guys go ahead.
No. He's bringing up the fact that he also listens to the podcast. That's why.
Yeah, we need more followers. So everyone here, tell all of your friends. And Rena, if you don't tell all your friends, I'm going to cry and I will
my
pee in your
friends.
coffee every week when we go to work together.
And Connor knows I drink a lot of coffee.
Yep, and I pee a lot, so this works out. It's a good ratio.
But I'm still a little salty at Greg because I'm fairly certain we didn't show up on that email.
Oh my God. See, I personally don't know because I don't know if I'm on the mailing list. If I am, I didn't check.
Yeah.
And if I'm not, then I'm pretty sure I'm not. That made sense. It made sense in my head.
In case you didn't know, we interviewed the director of Theater by the Blind.
Which is the country's only all-blind theater
went to
company in the
Connor's
country.
Show. It was amazing.
I really wanted to go, but that was the week I got hired at my job, and they're like, you can't take any days off, and we need you for the evenings.
Well,
And I'm
you
like,
brought
"Oh my-"
him onto the show?
Yeah, I brought the director and two of the actors.
Oh.
I brought Cookie and Leela.
Cool.
They
You
might.
guys, check them out. If next time they're doing a show, make sure, Connor, you announce it. Theater
I
by the
always
Blind.
do.
It was
Theater by the
so
Blind is a
good.
crazy
And it's at
theater
Third Street
company.
Promenade, and you get to walk around, and it's right near Anthropology, so you can do some shopping. And then
But
this is-
Anthropology's pricey.
You gotta go to the sale part.
Really? Is that a
Yeah.
thing?
Of course, it's the only
One of-
part I shop in.
One of my good friends actually, speaking of the promenade, and this is just a plug for everyone now because we're doing this. One of my good friends performs on the promenade almost
nice.
every day. His name is Chance Powell. He sings, tap dances, and plays the trumpet.
All at once.
Yep, literally, it is the craziest thing ever.
Is there a website for Theater by the Blind?
I don't know. I think
Find one.
CREOutreach.org, I think, has a whole page dedicated to Theater by
Well,
the Blind.
Google them. They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do
they
good
were
work.
really cool people.
We it's a theater company composed of us, entirely blind actors, but we make the habit of in every show we do playing sighted characters.
Yep.
Using a combination of auditory and textural, tactile gestures to, again, play sighted characters. That's what we do. That's what we specialize in. And I gotta say, some of these guys, ever since I got on board with this cast about 3 years ago, some of these guys are so good that it scares me. I honestly, I don't feel like I can measure up.
No, you were great. You're so good.
Yeah, like, even when they were on the podcast, when I met them, they were very quiet and like, oh, hello, how are you? And then once they were on the podcast, it's like, where the hell are these people when I met them?
It's called actions.
It's the energy. Once the lights are on you or the microphone is on or the audience is in the room, the energy changes and that's what happens. Theater. Rena, theater.
Yes.
High five.
High five. I know that.
Theater five.
Instead of numbering these episodes, I'm just going to... I've just been putting random names. So, like, the last two episodes, one episode was called the Red Hot episode, because that was the episode where
With everyone who lit themselves on fire?
Yeah.
Yes!
An entire show where, like, a guy lit his face on fire, and then another one where a lady, and they still have no idea how this happened, but a lady was, like, breakdancing, and
Wait,
then
on
her...
your podcast, someone lit themselves on fire?
No, these are our stories that we do.
News stories.
A woman lit her vagina on fire in a dance contest.
Yeah,
What?
and people still have no idea how that happened, and people are literally breaking apart the video, and all they can find is there's like a random bottle of Vaseline, but we have like no idea.
Just have like pubic hair or something.
No, it was like on her pants, and that's why that was probably the episode where I said the most worst puns in like a minute.
Oh my god, that was beautiful!
Talk about hot pants, am I right, guys? Okay.
See, you know, we could get back into this, but no, let's not. Goodbye.
Okay, I don't want my puns to burn out. That's all I'm saying.
Oh! Go home, please. Go home and sit down.
So I think I'm just going to name this episode, like, #theater.
#theater.
And also point out that you're on the episode, too. Or else people are just going to be
#theater, featuring Fire Emblems Rena Strober, Persona 4's Rena Strober, the Academy's Rena Strober.
More
I don't
people
know.
play Fire Emblem than Persona 4, right?
Not really, because there's more Persona games. And despite the fact that you're in a spin-off game, that still does not mean that the people who play the original Personas aren't playing every Persona game that has the.
You know what? Can
label on
we
it.
just get like a list of credits and in the description for the episode put as seen in, just give like 4 or 5 things.
I was going to do that.
Okay, good,
Take
good.
the entire list. Yeah, I'm on top of this stuff. I had to spend like. Are they waiting outside?
No, I saw someone, but I don't think it was her.
Okay, like I spent like an hour trying to look for that English song videos that I was playing because not a lot of people like posting those on YouTube. It's
Fire
only,
Emblem songs?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a million of them.
yeah. Oh well,
Versions of it.
all I find is covers, but I couldn't find any of the videos with you.
Oh no, they're all on there. Oh, that girl
Let's-
who covered it.
Did you?
Keeping my mouth shut.
Why?
Kidding.
I'll just ask you off. But there was
Yes.
a girl that I really like. She did a cover of the song. Her name is Amelie.
Yeah, I heard hers.
She was.
Yeah.
I thought it was good, but again, it was one of those cases where she'll sing songs that are already dubbed. Like she
Yeah.
did, but for some reason, she still feels like she has to change the dialogue.
Yeah, she changed it, and I was like, "That's why'd you do that?"
Yeah.
I personally, just for me, like, I don't know. I've never heard the cover, but I'm going to have to side with Rena, but just because Rena and I are besties.
Yeah. And I'll and
Or they could both be good. Who knows? I mean,
Yeah, it's
at
just,
the
it just came
Academy.
out so close to the game. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's weird. It's like
It's hard for me to.
someone just did it, you know? Like
yeah.
if someone came out, like no one came out with a huge cover of Let It Go after that was released because
Yeah.
you respect the original for a little bit.
Well,
You know,
I mean,
like,
but
let
let
it
it
sit
go
there.
was not. I don't know. I mean, I say the margin from it being released to there being millions of covers wasn't as big as say some other stuff.
Yeah, I just felt like they I don't know, it was a little too soon.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, but also I think, anime has also come under that heat too because there was another guy that does an anime called Seraph of the End, which is about vampires. And that one of the opening lines for the song is, "I don't want anyone to get killed." And for some reason, people completely don't put that line in there. Like, they swap it with something else, and I'm like, guys, that's already in English. Why are you still translating
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I was going to say though, it's pretty easy for me to sort of listen to and tolerate covers and then pick a favorite cover.
Yeah.
Because, like, for example, at the Academy, there are like booms of songs where almost every kid will have sang this
Yep.
song at least once, and it's
Yep.
like, I love all of you, but because I've heard it so many times in the originals and then all of your covers, I have a favorite. And it's.
But I also
I'll-
think if you're gonna cover a song, make it your own. That girl
Oh,
just
yes.
was singing it exactly the way I did, but just in her voice.
Yeah.
But it's like it would have been cool if like a rapper came out or a big soulful black woman sang it. Do something different with it. Don't
Yeah.
just try to compete and make another pretty version. I don't know. Maybe I'm just.
There's
being a
this
dick.
guy I love called Nate Wants to Battle.
Mm-hmm.
He does anime covers and like he'll even play slow songs too. I know he's done like a couple of Disney songs.
Yeah, I love hearing it different. Like when I teach my students and they want to sing a song that's already been done, I say, fine, but let's make it yours. What are you gonna
Yeah.
bring to it that's different?
Yeah. And like this guy was able to get the main theme song for Zootopia, which is a poppy song,
cool.
and turn it into a heavy metal cover.
Which speaking
is amazing.
Well-
of Zootopia, I wanted to see that a long time ago,
It's so
and I'm
cute. I hated
I'm
that song.
still on a
Shakira
movie
song?
strike until
Oh.
I get to see that movie. Like I have legit refused to see any other movie until I can see Zootopia.
It's worth it.
it's really good.
It's really cute and adorable. Just
So
It's
Rita,
really good.
Rita, can we go see Zootopia together?
I already saw it.
I
But
want to
sure,
see it.
I'll see it with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
But like just an example, like Connor We actually worked on in our voice class. We did Let It Go, but he was on guitar and he did it. He like broke out into a reggae version.
I did a grungy, and then I broke into reggae.
It was so cool. It was like, all right.
I did my Rasta voice, man.
It was so
This is
neat,
one of
but
the
you don't
voices
need to,
that I like to do.
You don't need to cover a song exactly the way it's been done.
Yeah.
You know, I just like, what's the point?
That's why I respect acapella, because that's just like we cover songs, but we're all doing it with our mouth.
Totally.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, Foxy. God damn
Do
it.
it with her, man.
I'm gonna start doing that now. Every time you're laughing at one of my unintentional dirty comments, I'm just gonna be like, haha, it's hilarious.
It does. You don't diffuse me at all.
I don't. Okay.
Peeked in. Someone's peeking in, so maybe.
Okay, looks like we
Okay,
should
guys.
probably.
5 minutes, guys.
Huh?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Oh,
Okay.
that might be the other class. That's right.
Oh, fun times.
Oh yeah. It's
Um,
it's almost 1:30. I gotta go too.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, again, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
I'm with Foxy right here when I say thank you for taking time to visit our fledgling podcast.
You're
and
welcome.
you know, maybe if you have the time and if Foxy lets you know, you could come back and we can just do a full-on show where we're not.
Yeah, you could just come help, come contribute.
Sure.
Yeah.
I live close.
Yeah, any like person that shows up on the podcast is welcome. Like a majority of the people who are on last week's podcast, which you guys made that podcast crazy, by the way. Like,
It was fun.
I had to censor so much of stuff.
Yeah, it was fun, actually.
My friend, actually one of my friends who is also from the academy who subscribed to us, he said he absolutely loved that podcast.
Well, wait, it was the one about the mattress, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna. All right, good, because I was scared because it was nasty. Like it was the nastiest one we've
Do
ever
you
done.
subscribe on SoundCloud? That's
Yeah,
where
you-
you want
yeah, you do.
subscribers? Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was
SoundCloud.com.
actually Chris. Chris said
nice.
Chris has subscribed to us, and he said he loved that episode.
Nice.
Okay then. Anyway, again, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Any last words before we kill you? Any last words for our audience, Rena?
No,
Yeah.
just follow me on Twitter and show your love, and I'll follow back and show my love, and
And follow us.
Yeah, and follow these guys, and yeah, that's it. Be good. Don't be a dick.
All right, yeah,
Yeah.
good. That is the lessons, life lessons with Rena Strober. Don't be a dick, please.
Okay, so I'm Danny,
I'm Foxy.
and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Okay, so Connor, do you have the shackles? Do you have the key for shackles?